Welcome back to Untangle Philosophy. Today, we're looking at Aristotle's distinction between substantial and accidental change. These ideas not only help us understand the nature of Aristotelian change, but they also underpin his theory of ethics. Let's begin by exploring how Aristotle bridges the gap between the philosophies of Parmenides and Heraclitus. To understand Aristotle's ideas on change, we need to go back to the pre-Socratic philosophers. Parmenides argued that reality is fixed and eternal, and that therefore change is impossible and illusionary. In contrast, Heraclitus believed that everything is in constant flux, suggesting that there can be no stability in reality at all. Aristotle sought to resolve this intellectual conflict by providing an account of how change is possible while maintaining stability. In my previous video, we discussed how Aristotle defined physical objects as substances, which are composed of both matter and form. According to Aristotle, change occurs when a substance shifts from one form to another, while the underlying matter remains the same. This approach allows Aristotle to acknowledge the reality of change without excluding stability in nature. Today, we'll dive deeper into Aristotle's account of change, exploring his distinction between substantial and accidental change. This is a crucial part of his philosophy that helps us understand different types of transformation. First, let's talk about substantial change. This is when one dominant form is completely replaced by another. The generation or destruction of a being are substantial changes. For example, when a tree burns down, it becomes ash. When a puddle evaporates, it becomes vapour. In these cases, the new form is no longer the form it was. It has been transformed into something different. Next is accidental change. Here, the main form of the substance remains largely the same, but some property or characteristics change. For instance, a tree grows a new branch, or a puddle gets larger during a rainstorm. In these examples, the tree and the puddle remain fundamentally the same entities, but they acquire new features or properties like size or shape. Let's make this even clearer with a practical example. Eating food. When you consume food, the food undergoes a substantial change. It's broken down, digested, and becomes part of your body. However, you, the consumer, experience only accidental change. Sure, you're incorporating nutrients, but you remain the same person. Your fundamental substance hasn't changed, only some properties have. Aristotle uses the concept of accidental change to explain growth and development in the natural world. These changes do not alter a being's nature, but rather it is the unfolding of that being's nature as it develops towards complete actualization, that is, achieving its purpose, its final cause. Such changes are directed, as it were, by the final cause, which is inherent to the substance at its earliest conception. This understanding of change ties directly into Aristotle's view on ethics. In his virtue ethics, Aristotle emphasizes the development of character over mere actions. Moral goodness for Aristotle is about being a virtuous person, someone who habitually displays virtues like courage, temperance, and justice. Aristotle sees virtues as part of our natural development, much like the growth of a tree. They emerge from our inherent potential and purpose. Just as a child naturally grows and learns, developing her powers of understanding and knowledge, virtues develop within us as we live and strive towards human excellence. Unlike a sculptor whose imaginings of the statue determines its final cause, our virtues unfold from within, guided by our natural final cause. Nonetheless, it is up to us to mould our lives into one of excellence. So, Aristotle's concepts of substantial and accidental change provide a powerful framework for understanding not just the physical world, but also our ethical development. They show us that change is not only possible, but essential for realising our true potential. What do you think of Aristotle's theory of change? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this exploration of Aristotle's philosophy, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more bite-sized videos on the history of ideas. Thanks for watching. See you next time.